It started with a cigar. I didn't get wealthy by winning the lottery. I don't play it, or inheriting from a rich uncle. I don't have one. If I had to boil down my strategy to one sentence, I would say I did it by thinking ahead. Sure, you might say, I can think ahead too, and I want to be rich. The sooner, the better. Then I might ask you about that cup of designer coffee in your hand. And you might tell me it costs less than a tank of gas. Or you might even say, I deserve it. Both of those statements are probably true, but they aren't going to get you any closer to your goal of wealth. What will get you closer to it is thinking ahead. We didn't have designer coffee when I was young, but we did have cigars. In my case, cheap cigars. Peggy, my wife, was earning less than $5,000 a year as an elementary school teacher, and I was going to graduate school on a fellowship. Our one-bedroom apartment cost us $115 a month, about 25% of our earnings. I decided that thinking about what a dollar is worth right now isn't the best way to think about money. It's what that dollar will be worth in the future. I took a look at those cheap cigars of mine and did some calculations based on the historical records of inflation. Yes, I really did that. In fact, I actually invested in an HP calculator because I wanted to be able to determine the future value of money. Then I stopped buying the cigars and invested the money instead. In other words, I deferred my pleasure of the now, enjoying the cigar, knowing the money I saved would serve me better. If my son, who is my business partner, does the same thing and applies the same numbers, he could be worth more than $1 billion when he is my age. That's one of the first things we'll look at in this book, changing your outlook. I'm not sure why it wasn't that difficult for me. My mother always said I was old before my time. From a young age, I always considered the consequences, and in the case of the cigars, I just saw a path that meant putting off instant gratification. Between taxes and consumption, many people have nothing left to invest these days. It doesn't have to be that way, and in this book, I'm going to show you how to change that.